Hey, what's up guys, and welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we are gonna start things off by talking about Kylian Mbappé. I feel bored. I feel bored talking about Mbappé again, but as we have said, this whole summer we are going to talk about Mbappé. Now, today's news on Mbappé could be close to an end on the Mbappe saga. Um, let's see. We're also going to talk about Federico Valverde and a potential 5-match ban. And we're also going to talk about Ancelotti and his desire, or the fact that he wants to switch up the tactics and the formation going into next season. So let's get right into it. Starting off with Kylian Mbappé. Now, Mario Cortegana, we've talked about him, a Real Madrid journalist for The Athletic, has come out with this. Now, I won't be, showing you the full tweet, but you can go and check it out. It's kind of interesting. But he has said the following quote: "A Kylian Mbappé departure this summer would mean the player would miss out on his 70 million euros bonus. For that reason, those at Valdebebas and the Mbappé camp see a move this summer as an unlikely scenario." Now, because of that, it looks like it's not going to happen. It makes sense. Like, for me, I don't think Mbappe bothers too much. I think if he would have left PSG this summer, I think he would have just left. Like, it's not like the 70 million euros is, something that he has to have. So it's not as if he's staying for that, right? But obviously, it plays a part. Even if it's not like a big part in it, it still plays a part in this whole situation. And it's interesting because we've heard so much, in the last couple of days, him and the club and him and PSG, to be honest. What's going on there, and then it looked like it was going to be a negotiation between Real Madrid and PSG. Yesterday we talked about Real Madrid and PSG not willing to budge on, the deal, to get the deal started, because PSG were not interested or didn't want to ask for a fee because they don't want to weaken themselves in the negotiations, while Real Madrid were not willing to start the offer because they want to get a green light from PSG and a starting offer, a price from PSG. So it looked like it was going to, drag out, but drag out with a solution with one of the two teams budge. And then now we're back down again. It's like climbing up, it's like playing snake and ladder. You play and then you drop down again. What are we doing back here? We talked about, the two clubs, and now we're talking about Mbappe again. Look, it's simple. Kylian Mbappe either stays and doesn't sign a contract and he's a free agent, or he leaves. And it seems like he does not want to leave because he doesn't get that 70 million euros bonus that he will get. Now, of course, bear in mind, if he leaves on a free next summer, that would mean Real Madrid get him on a free, which means Real Madrid will have to pay him a lot more than they can right now. Because if Real Madrid sign him up now, they'll have to pay PSG about 200 million euros, which means that his own salary and bonuses will be much less than he can get in 12 months' time. So he's thinking about it as a personal level. Let's just hold it for 12 months and then get that big bag of cash. Of course, I think there has to be a resolution here. I think there has to be a solution. PSG, I don't think they will let him go next summer on a free. And I can see him signing a new contract. So, look, I think that if he doesn't move now, I can't see him leaving on a free, and I think he'll sign a new contract because that's the only other thing he can do. And then we'll be back to square one again. We'll be back to square one again. So, this deal is so bizarre because it gives you so many different scenarios, so many different, you know, problems to solve. And then once you feel like, oh, we have solved this problem, it comes back again. You know, a few days ago, we were already talking about the clubs negotiating. Why are we back here to talk about the player? Not being interested in leaving PSG again, So, let's see what happens with this one. I personally think this is not going to happen, which is why Real Madrid have to move on from this. And don't even bother giving me that, let's just stick with Jose Lu crap. One striker? Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind? Like, I'm sorry, but if you think one striker is going to get us through the next season, especially when the striker is not an elite striker, I'm sorry, but prepare to go into the season and not win anything. And then we're going to play Manchester City in the Champions League semi-finals, and we're going to get spanked 7-0 because we don't have a striker to be putting in goals, to be scoring goals, and that's what we need. And this is shocking. So, like I said, you must have a plan B, plan C, plan D, plan E. I don't care how many plans you want to have, but you must have backup plans. You can't put all your eggs in this Mbappé basket again. 12 months ago, it beats us, and now we're not gonna let it bite us again. At least I hope we don't. But this deal is so bizarre. What's going to happen? Like, no one knows. Now, let's talk about Fede Valverde. Of course, a few months ago, he basically punched Baena of Villarreal in the face. I think it was after the match. Now, they were basically investigating the case for a few months now, and now reports are coming out suggesting that he could get a 5-match ban. Now, apparently, originally it was a 4-match, but it's 5. So let's just have a look at the 5 matches that he would miss. So, obviously kicking the season off, Athletic Club Bilbao away, Almeria away, and then Celta Vigo away. We actually have 3 away games to kick off the season, which is not great. So 3 away games straight up: Bilbao, Almeria, and Celta Vigo, and then 2 home games: Getafe and Real Sociedad. Now, if it was 4, he wouldn't have missed out against Real Sociedad, but that would mean that even Real Sociedad he will miss out on. But luckily, he's not going to miss the Madrid derby. But not playing would mean he misses out 1 whole month. And when I mean that, I mean the season starts on the 13th of August. Real Sociedad is the 17th of September. 5 matches is a month. Like, those 5 matches are a month. He's going to miss out for 1 month's worth of matches. Now, of course, he'll still be training, but match sharpness is crucial here. Because if you haven't played in a month, and then your first match back you play, it's not going to help you whatsoever. So, if he misses out on these 5 games against Atletico Madrid, I think it's highly likely that he doesn't start in that one, and he might not play that one. And then you're looking at the likes of Las Palmas and maybe even Girona away for him to make the comeback. So by that point, we're looking into October. Like, October. Boys, can we just acknowledge the fact that we are now at the back end of June and we're heading into the start of July? So let's say it's July. Fede Valverde will not play a match of football for the next 3 months. 3 months, because obviously you got July and August, at least for the start of August. So the whole of July and August, so 1.5 months for the break. Of course, you've got a couple of preseason matches, and then the season starts, and he'll probably be back by the end of September, start of October. That's 2.5, 3 months of Fede Valverde not being available. And why? Because some player from Villarreal, said something about his kid that I'm pretty sure tragically passed away. Um, and of course, as a normal human being, he would react the way he did, and he's being banned. Now, let me pose this question to you: why was Baena not, looked into? Why was he not looked into for the things that he said? Why was that not being part of the investigation? Why was it only Fede Valverde? You know, because Fede Valverde was triggered. He didn't just start punching people for no reason. He was triggered. So this typical bias and unfairness is honestly so obvious. You can literally see it. You can literally see it. And I think he will get the ban. I think Fede Valverde will get the ban. So that's 5 matches, and like I said, he'll probably be back around the end of September, start of October. So good luck. We've got 5 matches for the next 2 months, 3 months, without seeing Fede Valverde in action because he was triggered and then he acted like every other person in the world would, and then he's getting punished while the other person who triggered him is not. Now I wanted to end on this. Once again, it's from Mario Cortegana. And he has said Carlo Ancelotti is thinking about changing from the 4-3-3 to a sort of 4-4-2 with Rodrigo and Vini Jr. up top. Guess what? And guess why? Because Real Madrid are not going to go sign a striker, and Joselu is not good enough to be a main striker. So when you have no strikers at the club, you can't play a 4-3-3. You have to put Vini and Rodrigo up top. Yeah. I also read something which also sort of clarifies this. I'm not sure if it's also for Mario, but it said that Real Madrid are thinking, or Ancelotti is thinking of a 4-4-2 with Jude Bellingham as the link-up player to the. So basically, Jude Bellingham as the attacking midfielder. So almost like a 4-3-1-2. So the back four, a midfield trio, Bellingham, and then Vini and Rodrigo. I'm sorry, but I love Vini Jr., but he isn't a striker. Rodrigo can do the job, but he isn't a striker. Stop hiding from the fact that we need a striker and go out there and get a striker. I'm sick of this. Benzema has left, and you think, let's play Vini Jr. and Rodrigo, and then let's let Asensio, Hazard, Mariano go without signing a striker. And Joselu is Mariano's replacement. Then what about Benzema's replacement? That's the question. That's just the question. So stop this, And part of me is thinking, are Real Madrid sort of trying to divert the fan base's attention to Mbappé so that they will make the fan base think, at least we are going for Mbappé, while they will drag out this Mbappé story for the next 2 months, and then we'll just do nothing. We'll end up doing nothing again, because any sensible club would pull out this Mbappé deal right now and go and send a striker when you need it. Why are we still sticking to Mbappé? Why are we still talking about Mbappé? Kane was available. I know Spurs are tough to negotiate for, but you haven't tried. And there are plenty of other out and out number 9s out there. I mean, Dusan Vlahovic. I mean, we've been linked with Lautaro Martinez, Randal Kolo Muani. There's plenty of options out there. So, look, stop trying to hide from the fact that you need a striker. Stop trying to get Ancelotti to, think about switching the formation from a 4-3-3 to 4-4-2, where we'll not win anything next year. Barcelona won the league last year. They've brought in Gundogan to experience in the midfield, and their attack is good. They've Lewandowski, and they've got some good wingers, Dembele in there as well. The defense, Araujo, Kunde, solid. And they, right now, I think are the favorites to win La Liga because they actually have a proper striker. Real Madrid don't have a proper striker. And if you think we're gonna win La Liga, we're gonna win Copa del Rey, we're gonna win Super Cup, we're gonna win Champions Leagues without a striker, you are out of your mind. So, look, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to Jose Lu because he's a good player, but he isn't an elite. He isn't the Benzema replacement. Benzema is an elite, and you need such kind of players to replace someone like Benzema, and we haven't seen that. So stop shying away from the fact that you need a striker and go out there and get a striker. But that'll be it for today's video. Let me know what your thoughts are on Mbappé. Do you think he will stay at PSG, or do you think he will end up leaving for Real Madrid or any other club? Also, your thoughts on Fede Valverde's ban for 5 matches, and also this news of Ancelotti changing the formation from the 4-3-3 to the 4-4-2. Let me know. But I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. Hit the like button if you did. Subscribe to the channel on already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.